Hi everybody, it's Christy. Good afternoon / evening. It's evening. I almost forgot. And maybe some afternoon for some of you. Sorry, the dogs saw my husband. He just got home, so that's why he's barking. So how are you guys? Tonight I am in an event with the Wild Honey. I am part of the Leather and Lace event. So I am super excited because I am actually going to be using both elements today in my piece. I am doing a Western themed craft tonight, so I'm super excited. Hi, Wanda. So my time is at 6:15, so I'm going to give it a minute for them to share me in. If one of you from the group can go ahead and let me know if I've been shared and I can start. I know Sandy's probably finishing up. I don't have another device at the moment, so this is all I have. Thank you, Wanda. So I think some of you are going to really love this craft tonight. Because we only have 45 minutes tonight, I did put, hi, Misty Watson, you have been shared into the Wild Honey group, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys being here. It's been a very lovely event. I've been catching a lot of the replays in between my regular weekend and house chores and all of that. So you guys are always so creative with your stuff. I've been loving what I'm seeing. So I hope I can live up to your expectations. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. Sandy is here, and Sandy's Burlap and Bling is on after me. And I don't think I've ever seen you live, so I'm going to watch, and I'm super excited. So thank you so much, you guys. Hi, Marlene. Some of my regulars are here, and I've got new people. I'm so excited that you are here. Hi, Dawn. Dawn, this craft's for you. No, I'm kidding. Dawn, I think you're going to really love the craft. So I actually made a tag, and you gave me the inspiration for it. So thank you so much. Okay, well, we have 45 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am going to, because I did kind of pre-make some stuff, I left some stuff unmade so we can kind of do them together. And no, it's not a gator, Dawn. Hi, Mel. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Mandy. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of show you basically what I've been doing piece by piece, and then we'll do a little step, and then we're going to kind of do the rest together. So, hey. Okay. So I did already put some of this together because I wanted to make sure it was going to stick and everything. So, which I think we're good. But this frame that I have is actually from a thrift store. I did get it recently, and it was a plastic frame, but I love the oval shape to it. So I will say, hi, honey. I will say, it was a ugly pink, not ugly pink, but it wasn't for this craft. So I did paint it. I painted it with the Waverly chalk paint, just the regular, I think it was the chocolate one. I think it was called chocolate or truffle. Truffle is what it's called. I did 2 of those, and then I actually put some Mod Podge on it because I kind of wanted it to be shiny. So this frame was a kicker to do though, because it was plastic, so I had to kind of get creative with everything. So I did go ahead and kind of pre-do that because we needed to definitely get that done. Okay, so here's where my leather comes in. We are going to make some flowers. I will say this was my first time working with leather. I liked the challenge, and it took me a couple tries. I'm going to show you one thing that the first flower I made. This is not what it's going to look like because I really didn't know how I was going to put it on here, but this is the first flower I made with the cute little, I can't remember the name of these flowers, but I made those with leather, and I'll show you guys what I used. So if you guys are near a Hobby Lobby, if these are still there, because my Hobby Lobby, I had bought these a couple weeks ago, and they're already wiped out because I was recently there to get more. So I got these rolls from Hobby Lobby, but you guys know where to get your leather, I'm sure. There's a lot of them online through Amazon and things like that. I'm not actually going to be working with the pink tonight. We're just going to kind of keep the creams and the neutral colors. But I did do some cow flowers too, because it kind of goes with the Western theme. So that's what I used. And basically, I just cut a little strip off of that roll. okay? So I am going to, you'll have to excuse me, we ran out of Zyrtec and I had to go get some today because my allergies have been killing me. So basically, let me show you what I did. I have some pre-made because this is a lot. You got to run to Hobby Lobby. I know, right? Hi, Sandy. Hi, Peggy. Okay, so what I did was I just I drew out a flower on a piece of paper. I am not an artist when it comes to flowers. I made it basic, so you guys can try it because these were very, very easy. So I did draw it on the back piece of the leather. I will say I don't recommend pen because when I went to cut it, the pen started kind of leaking and getting all over the place. So I recommend pencil. Hi, Maribel. How are you, darling? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut out my flower. And basically, you're just going to make a bunch of these. So I'm going to go ahead and do one in front of you so you guys know how easy it is to cut. It's basically as easy as felt, if not easier. It cuts very, very easy. There isn't really any, how do you say it? Like rough edges, fraying. That's the word I was looking for, fraying. There's not a lot of fraying. I have seen people kind of put these under like a candle, or they'll take their lighter and it curls a little bit. We just bought a house and my husband wasn't home, so I was kind of scared to do it. So I will be honest, I did not do that part. I'm so glad you're good. Okay, so I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know it's coming to an end and now here comes Monday, but you know, what can you do? Just go with the flow. All right. So once you have a bunch cut out, I have this one that has some texture. I also have like the cow, and then I did like this darker brown. And I am so sorry. I hope I do not get interrupted because right before I was coming on, we got an Amber Alert on the phone, and you guys know there's nothing you could do with those and they're super loud. So hopefully it doesn't knock me off. I already got it right as I was about to hit the button, it came on, you guys. And I was like, oh gosh. It like reads itself, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, so then I got that dark brown, okay? Oh, you love my top. I know I wore my lace today for the occasion. This is actually, I just have a shirt on underneath here, but this is actually like a beach cover-up. If you guys don't know me, I'm in Florida, so we are covered with like little beach shops and things like that, so you can always find a beach shop anywhere around here. Hi, Maribel. Oh, no. Okay, I already said hi to you. I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else. I need to get my eyes checked, you guys. Anyway, it's just been one of those days, I swear. Okay, so I kind of layered them like this. Like I said, I'm making it very easy for you. Then what I did was we're actually going to sew these together. You could probably glue them. I glued this little guy together and it's fine, but I kind of like the way it sews together. And then you kind of get something like this at the end, okay? I did put a tiny bit of fringe on this flower just to make it a little bit different, but we're gonna go with the basics. So what I do is I hold all three together and then I poke 4 holes, kind of like you would a button, in the very middle. So this is one of those tools that you like put eyeballs on, like a stuffed toy or whatever. And actually I've used this for quite a few crafts in the past. So I'm actually very happy I found this little tool. It's the coolest thing. I know, I love the cow prints. I love the cow prints. I think there was only 2 left of that. So that was probably the first one to sell out. I know. Okay, so I'm just making my little holes. Now, the reason why I'm making the holes, because that's a very sharp edge if you guys can't see it, okay? The reason why I'm making the holes is so that I can take my needle and thread and I won't have to work with it so much, like, you know, wrestle with it so much. So I'm just using regular embroidery thread. I found my brown because it'll go with all of my flowers, and it's very hard to see on the cow print, I will say. And I'm blind. I'm nearsighted, you guys, so bear with me. Basically, I just find the little hole in the back, and it's basically just sewing. Just basic sewing skills. Thank you for sprinkling. Okay. And then I just kind of pull it through a little bit. And then I just gonna go crisscross. Crisscross applesauce. Like we're back in kindergarten, you guys. How many of you guys remember that? Crisscross applesauce. I know the teachers still say it. I know they do. Okay. So let me put in, and I do use the table to my advantage, as long as you're careful. This is one of those bigger ones. It's from my Singer set right here. I brought the big one out, the big gun, I should say. So, and then I'm just going to do one more on this side. Is that where I want it? Oh, was that where I wanted it? Yeah, that's fine. It's just to kind of hold it together. So when you pull it really tight, it kind of gathers them, and it just, I don't know, to me it looked a little bit better than just gluing them. So that's what we're doing. And then I kind of go in and I do like a knot on it. So you don't have to glue, you don't have to sew it like I said, but you can glue it if you want. So then you have something like that and that. Hello. So Romans May Inspired. Okay. I know a lot of you, this is my first event in the Wild Honey. So I don't know a lot of you, and I'm very happy and honored to be here because I have been, let's see, I've had my page for about a year. I've been crafting my whole life though. So I'm just a late comer to the party of crafters pages. But I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you so much. All right. So then we get a little something like this. It didn't cross like I wanted to, but like I said, it's very hard to see on that cow print. It's dark. Okay. So then what I did was, this one is already done as well as this one. I took some of my paper flowers because I also do some paper crafts, and I took some of my neutral colors and I put it on top. You could put beads on here. You could put like a piece of bling, whatever your heart's desire. Thank you for following. Oh, thank you so much. I'm doing great. Okay, perfect. I did just move into my house and get my craft room sort of organized. So if you guys would have asked me before, I probably would have been more nervous. So I am feeling a little bit better. Hello, Tish. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, since I already got this baby together, I'm just going to kind of put the rest together, and I'm going to just use what we have here because I already made some. And by the way, you guys, if you want to know how to do, I just took a piece of like this piece right here, and I cut like a little rectangle, like all the way across, sort of like you would like the width of a ribbon. And then I just cut down almost to the end, but I left some room, and then you just roll it up and you just glue it together. And that's how you would get that little fringe. I know a lot of you probably know that, but I'll just put it in there anyway. Hello, Carol. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue my little flowers on. So we have some extra, and I'm not putting bling on it. Actually, that one's too big. I don't like that one. I'm just gonna keep it simple, and we'll see. I mean, if I want to later, I can always go back. And that just kind of hides that little stitch. That's the only reason why I thought about putting that on there. So how was everybody's weekend? Did anybody do anything fun this weekend? I got to learn a little bit more sewing skills. My friend came over yesterday, and I was sewing a new window treatment for our bedroom. Because we have funny doors. Our bedroom doors are like glass doors. They're like glass pane see-through doors. And before it was like, well, it's just my husband and I, who cares? But then it was like, it's kind of weird having that door without anything to see. So that's why we decided to go ahead and put some kind of window treatment on that door. Because you never know who's going to be coming over and looking in your window. You know, you got salespeople and everything else. It's just, you know, kind of creepy. All right. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my flowers around here, and I'm going to arrange them, but I'm going to do that part later because I want to put my picture in here. And if you are a horse lover, you are going to love this. So when I thought of leather and lace, I immediately thought about the old Westerns. And I know I wore a lot of lace and boots and stuff when I was like in school. I was a tomboy, but I also wore that stuff too. I was kind of like a mixture of both. So I found my old books from the 80s that I had collected and I could never part with. And I found a picture book and it had a beautiful picture of a horse. So I will show you guys that. And then I'll show you the pieces to this frame because it's pretty complex. So what I did was I actually took the picture of this horse and I put it on my copy machine and I printed it on tracing paper because I wanted to give it a silhouette type look. I didn't just want it on white paper. So because my frame has glass, I'm not going to need to Mod Podge this or anything because I don't want to bubble it up and I don't want to mess this up. But let me show you the elements to this thing. So this is my horse paper, the picture. I don't know the artist, so I can't give credit. It's just kind of out of a book. But I chose this one because it was just so beautiful. I know. You love horses too? Yes, I do too. I know my cousin's daughter does a lot of horse things. So I did get a background paper so it's not just white. And I actually used part of the frame. We're going to finish this off, but I got kind of like a border to go inside the frame. Kind of like the matted look. So I did kind of put this on this one already. And it's a lighter color. And then I also got like a darker color. I don't even know if you guys can tell the difference in those or not. But I did get two. I went over to into the scrapbooking paper at Joann's. So I think we're going to stick with the light because the frame is already dark enough. So thank you. All right. So I knew this was going to be perfect for what I wanted to do. All right. So what I'm going to do, this came, move that aside. This came with a back piece and it actually screws onto the back of the frame, which hopefully I will get to that part. I'm kind of watching my time. So this is the piece that kind of goes, and this was actually in the frame, and it's a very cute poem about grandma. And actually I took a picture of it because I really liked the poem, but it just wasn't my style. I have such gratitude, so thank you, Dawn. So what I'm going to do is we don't even need to make it the same size because I do want to make sure it's positioned right in the frame so we're not blocking it, because when you put the mat on it, and this is what it's going to look like, we're going to have to pick something. So I think we'll make sure that his nose and snout is in there. And I'm sorry if I'm saying that not correctly because I'm not a horse rider or breeder or anything. But we might have to hide some of the ears so it's positioned in the frame, just because I want to put like a rag bow on this too. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did this. So this was the mat that was on the frame, and I didn't trust myself to do it the exact same or make it the straight lines, and I don't have a Cricut or a machine or anything. So what I did is I took this scrapbooking paper and I kind of Mod Podged it to it, and then I'm just sanding it. So I'll show you. I did leave a little bit on what I do. Hi, Rita. It's nice to see you. Hi, Amy. Thank you so much, girl. You're so much. I responded to you, but I don't know if you responded back today because my phone has been acting funny, and I haven't even, I've been trying to watch as many people as I could today. So I did respond to you, but we will definitely make a date. I'll be crafting. My friend Amy and I are big, we're very big into the 80s cartoons, and we'll be doing an event soon. So make sure you're following us for that. But I'm very excited because we're going to do a duo soon. So basically what I did was I'm very, very careful because this is cardboard. It's a very heavy cardboard though. And I'm just taking my little sander and I'm just kind of making those edges straight so that it doesn't look like ripped up paper so much. So I'm just going to finish this real quick because this is so delicate. I wanted to make sure I have this almost done as well, because we basically are going to have to position this horse properly and then, you know, put it in the frame. So that is what I'm doing now. And it does not have to be perfect. We can definitely You could do this with any picture or old artwork that you still have from like that you bought. You know, a lot of times you like love a painting, but you don't want to take a whole painting home, so you buy like a print or something. You guys gotta look at the thrift stores for those frames, because you can remake it pretty. You could remake it very, very pretty. So I'm just gonna kind of sand this off real quick. And it's okay if some of it's in there, because the frame is going to essentially hide it. Just to kind of get those edges off. So you see how it's nice and clean there now? Now I will say I did a boo-boo and I did tape this, because when I was tracing this on, you can't even tell, but there it is, it's right here. But you know how the scrapbook paper has, some of them have like the little code on it through the little white strip. I didn't realize I cut this out and Mod Podged it on the white strip. So I took a little bit of the extra and I kind of taped it over it, but you can't really see. So we're going to put that in the bottom and hide it with flowers. Okay. So how I want to position this is going to be, like I said, we're going to move the horse a little bit to the right. And I think it's going to go good right there. We are going to cut off a little bit of his ear, but that's okay. All right. And what do I have here? Oh, that's the paper. Okay. I was like, what is happening? Okay. So let me move this here for a second so I can do that part with you guys. I'm trying to like remain calm because I don't do a lot of crafts in 45 minutes, but I am watching my time. So I'm done at 7, right? Okay. Right? Yeah, 7. I'm done at 7. I'm sorry if I'm all thrown off. I'm on Eastern time. Hey, Sandra. How are you, girlfriend? Okay. So basically, I'm just going to kind of guide a line right here so I know where to cut. So I don't kind of, because as long as I get this in here, and I don't want, you know, the extra parts showing. Because it's all got to go in the frame eventually. And I don't even think I'm good. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to Mod Podge it. I think I'm just going to cut it and position it, because I don't want to get it all bubbly and mess it up. So I'm just going to cut on my edges. And this is kind of already slipped on this paper here, so when I cut it, it'll probably fall off, but that's okay. We'll just put it in the frame. Hello, Kimmy. Oh, thank you. I'm doing good. Oh, you're loving my flamingo? I've had this flamingo since day one. I got her because I need to dress her or something for the summer this year, but or maybe put some flowers in her hair for spring or something. But I live in Florida, and that's why I have she's kind of like my mascot. So, and again, all of this isn't going to show like this because I'm making sure that it's in the mat. And that was like a last minute idea I had today, which I'm kind of glad, because this is probably a little bit bigger than the 8x10, which is probably the size of the picture. And if you guys want, I can scan this picture and you can message me and I'd be happy to send it to you if that's something you guys are interested in. Just make sure you follow me on my page, and then you can always PM me. I've been sending some patterns out to a few of my followers this week. All right, come on, Christy, let's hurry up a little bit. I always say you can't rush art, but I'm hoping I can actually put this thing together for you, because we still have to make a bow. And I know sometimes it takes a little time to make the bow too. All right, throw that in the garbage. And I almost did this part, but I didn't want to do too much because I didn't want to like run out of thing. They're your favorite animal? Well, I will definitely send you this if you want that. If you want it, Sandra, I got you, girl. All right. So there's that. And then this part. And this frame was actually well thought out. This whole frame was. It really was. I'm excited to kind of put it together. It was like screwed together. Like I needed a screwdriver to take it apart. And I didn't realize that when I bought it either. I was like, I took it home because I love the pattern on it and everything. So I was like, ooh. Okay. So we will definitely, oh, hold on. I want to make sure it's lined up. There it is. Yep, it's lined up to where we need it to be. I just got to cut this extra piece off. And I can probably cut this off. That little computer paper down there. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this little booger together. Hopefully I did that correctly. And if you guys have a different, way to do it, that's fine. I have some cool horse printables from Etsy, but not like this one. Ah, yes, girl. This picture came from an old 80s book that I had in my stash, in my storage stash. So, all right. Let me get my little pieces together here. Make sure it's lined up. The little mat is a little weird. Like, there is a right and a wrong side, and that's actually correct. Okay. There we go. That's perfect. All right. Now, my worst fear was that I was going to drop the glass and break it. So, everybody cross your fingers. Because we do not want that happening tonight. Hello. Hi, Chris. Hi, Stephanie. I'm so excited you're here. Welcome, welcome, girl. All right. Now, you guys, I did clean this glass, but it is very old. I mean, look how old that cardboard is. I'm pretty sure this is from the 80s itself, but I love it. I think it's awesome. So I got to make sure this is in properly because I really think there is a right and a wrong. All right, there we go. Now this is where my horse is going to go. So we're going to put that in there. And remember I said it's a little wonky and it was a lot to put. So hopefully I'll be able to put it together and not break anything. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, you know what I did, guys? That's okay. I didn't realize it has the hanger already, and I already put that one down there. But you know what? We got to go with it. So hold on. It's all right. We'll leave that one up there. It's fine. I already glued down that, but I can always re-glue it. So I wasn't looking at that part when I put it together. Hey, Cheryl. What's up, girlfriend? I'm doing a leather and lace event with the Wild Honeybee. And don't forget, after me is Sandy's Burlap and Bling. I've never watched her before, so I'm excited to see her. Okay. So I'm trying to make sure. I feel like it's not in there. Like I said, this was a booger to get together, though. But I know I can do it. There we go. I think I just needed to push it down a little bit more. All right, so that's what it looks like so far. Hopefully we'll be able to finish. All right, I have my screwdriver and the screws. So let's try to put it together if it works, even if we just get it half together for now. Am I even going in the hole? Oh my goodness, you guys. We may just have to... Let me try a different hole. I hate when stuff goes wrong, especially when you're in an event. Even if I just get 2 in, I'd be happy with that. And yes, these are the same screws. You know what I think it is, you guys? I think it's the glass. Let me try something different. Let's not get cut on the glass either. I told you it was a booger to get rid of, to get a hold of. They don't make them like they used to, right, guys? Okay, these 2 holes are showing up here. This one's just wonky. I've been getting cut lately, so I'm just like a little afraid. Actually, oh, there it goes. Okay, I got it now, guys. Woo! We're good. We're good. All right, let's just make sure it's in the right position. And we should be good to go. I should have videotaped myself tearing it apart, right? There we go. I think we're good now. There. There. I see all my holes now. Okay. Oh my goodness. That took up so much time that I was not prepared for, but that's okay. If this doesn't work, we're going to keep going with the flow. Where's the frame from? Oh, Beth, I got it from a thrift store. And girl, I won't buy one like this again because it's a little booger. It is a little booger. I have this little tiny bag to keep my screws here because I was like worried I was gonna like lose them. All right, I'm gonna keep that one there. And then it's just been it's just like one of those 80s frames, and they're hard to get in and out. This one I lost the hole, but I'm actually happy with what I've got so far. So hopefully this one will go in and we'll be good. Hello! TLC Country Creations by Tish. Thank you so much, Tish. Now, obviously, I would ask my husband for help, but I don't need a man. I'm an independent woman. That's what I used to say. That's what I taught my daughter, and that's what I used to say all the time. Okay, now it's time to deck this baby out. So I've got some cool elements that we're going to use. And actually, this one might work perfect. So I am going to make a rag bow, but I'm going to go ahead and cover. Let me show you guys what it looks like so far. Okay, so we've got the pretty horse in the frame. So I'm going to go ahead and put my flowers on. And I'm going to kind of arrange them like 2, maybe 3 here. Actually, I'll do 2 here and 2 here maybe. I'm trying to see. This is that thing. You know what? I'm just going to take it off. So I'm going to put 3 here and 2 here just to kind of frame it a little bit, make a base. So I'm going to use Titebond and a glue gun because I want them to stay. But I'm going to be showing you guys and lifting this up. So obviously I'm going to put, you know, what I can on there. So let me put this on the top layer. And then I'm going to put some Titebond on there. We got this, girl. Yes! Thank you, Tanya! All right. I just want to make sure I put enough glue on this thing. Make this sucker stay. Will you add leaves? No, I don't think I'm gonna add leaves. I'm gonna put lace on it though, because we're in that leather and lace event. So I did put a little fringe on this little guy. Here, let me just put a little. So it kind of looks like a leaf coming out, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. We'll see. I wanted to kind of keep it the neutral tones And I was kind of making these, I was playing around with the leather, honestly, Peggy. So I didn't have time to make any leaves because I was playing around with the leather. But I really like the leather. It was a nice challenge. I'm going to work with it more, but I just want to encourage you guys, if you haven't tried anything like that, definitely try something new. Because you never know how it's going to turn out. I'm going to put this one kind of overlapping this one. So I always like to lay out what I'm doing first and then put my stuff on. Okay, we got 10 minutes. All right. So go ahead and do that. My bows don't usually take too long. I'm not going to put a ton of stuff on it. All right, and then the only problem I have with this frame is that it's got a raised piece and then it's got like a little dip in it. So you can't really put much in the dip part. But I just kind of wanted to make sure it stays in place. And I'm going to have this one overlap in this one. All right, here we go. So if you have like a little ranch, or if you just kind of love horses or have like this kind of decor, this is just a different piece. Okay, so this is where my lace is going to come in, and I hope that can dry. So I'm going to flip this around so that way you guys can see it. But I'm just going to add a little bit of lace. Now, another thing you can do, if you want, you can make lace leaves, and you can add leaves as lace. But, oh, thank you so much, Tiffany. Thank you. But I'm just going to add just a tad bit of lace to this. And I am going to add some in my bow. So it's not going to be the only piece. But what I wanted to do was just put a little bit on the edge. Kind of like a, actually that's probably even a little too much. So I was going to just kind of glue it between here and here. And just kind of make like a little, kind of like it's draped with something, okay? So I'm just gonna put a little glue on it and we'll see what happens. I'm just using, you could use Mod Podge. I was thinking about using Mod Podge, but I think for time's sake, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the hot glue just to kind of keep it in place. I can always reattach everything later, but I just wanted you guys to kind of see the craft and see my vision. And I like finishing my creations when I'm in these events. Otherwise it drives me crazy. I get mad at myself. Hello, Nicholas, how are you? You want the horse picture? TLC Country Creations by Tish. Okay, Tish, make sure you are following me and then just send me a PM. I will try to get to them tomorrow because I have some stuff I have to do tonight. But it's gonna take me a little bit to scan it into my computer. But I will make sure I scan it into my computer. All right, so I'm just gonna bring this over a little bit, but I do wanna make sure it's draping. It looks like it's draping anyway. So I'm gonna cut this out a little bit. And if anybody wants some lace and a Happy Mail, make sure you're following me because I think I'm gonna be doing some this week, doing some giveaways this week. Because I've got lots of it. Lots of it. It's funny, I got a lot of lace, but I'm not using a lot with my craft. All right, where am I at? Okay, I got 7 minutes. All right, perfect. I am missing one more screw in here, but I will put it in later. If you're following, okay, awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna get out my Bodabra. My Bodabra. This is how much I use it, you guys. I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm gonna get my jute out. And there's actually something very, very special that I made. Please tell me it's here. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. So you guys, I also made a rusty star for this. So I'm super excited. All right, that's probably a little too long, so we'll do that. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put some lace in first, and I'm just gonna kind of layer everything. Oops, this is coming out. I try to make things kind of even when I do it, so. All right, so we'll put some lace. Okay, and then I just grabbed some scraps that I have. So I do have this piece, which I'm going to cut in half. Or did I cut it in half already? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to cut this in half because I don't need all this. But I do want this kind of near the front because I love the fringe. It also reminds me of leather. And I'm just going to crisscross it. And I just kind of use my fingers to kind of help me, you know? If anybody else, I don't know if anybody else does that or not. Let's see. First time watching you, now following. I would like a copy of that beautiful horse. Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to try to finish this up. I got 5 minutes. That should be good. And then I have this rusty orange that I've been using. If you guys see behind me, I made carrots from scraps, from these scraps of, and this color especially. I had a fall wedding, and this was almost the color of my wedding dress. Because I like to be different. All right, we're going to put a little bit more lace in there. Some more of these colors, scraps. Watching my time, I'm watching my time. And I'm going to join Sandy's Burlap and Bling is after me. And I don't think I've seen her before, so I'm excited to see her. All right, and then I'm going to put a little bit of this in there just to kind of give it a little something something. And then I'm actually trying to make this a little bit long, so there you go. Throw this piece in there and one more of these because I don't want to overdo it, but I am going to add that star in there too, which is going to look really cute. Okay, here's my little thingy. You got to get down in there. I almost did it backwards, you guys. All right. Oh, please tell me I got you in there. Ooh, my thing came out. Let's see. All right, moment of truth. Let's try to tie this baby together. Texas Star. That is the Texas Star. Is that what it? So it's funny you say that. So I actually got this from, these came from Dollar Tree. You see the red at the top? I kind of like the red on there. But I got them, they were the 4th of July, a 2-pack. And I made it rusty this morning. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and tie my rusty star on here, or thread it through. And I'm just going to thread it through one. And I'm going to tie it on here really, really good. Like really, really good. That's a beautiful bow. Well, thank you. I mean, it's okay. I got the lace on there. That's what I was going for. And I might, you know, sometimes I play with it and I twist it around, you know, just to kind of make it look different. Actually, I like what I just did just now. Sometimes the more you play with it, the better it looks. The bow was going to set that off. Oh, in a good way, Tish? Love the rusty star. That's a perfect touch. I know. So if you guys, I use the mocha again, or not the mocha. I keep saying mocha. It's truffle. It's truffle, you guys. And while it was wet, I just put some cinnamon on it. And my husband was even asking me about this today. And it was funny. I was telling him a story. So when I was younger, we lived in a different neighborhood, of course. And there was a roofing company that would walk around the neighborhood whenever they got a new contract to do a roof, because they were going to be there like early morning hours and making noise and everything. They actually made these little cinnamon bear like magnets, and they gave them to people as like an apology and a thank you for being, you know, whatever. So, all right. I'm just excited to put this on. All right, so I'm going to just kind of put it off to the side. And this is exactly what I envisioned, you guys. And I don't know about you, but it drives me nuts when something isn't coming out like the way you want it to and the way you envisioned it, because our minds go a mile a minute, do they not? And this is actually turning out the way I wanted it, like exactly. So I'm super excited. And I got 1 minute left, and we're going to glue this baby on, and then we'll be done. And you guys, give me like a day or two to get that to you, please, because I do have other stuff I've been trying to do this weekend, and I've been so excited to be in this event. All right, we'll hold this on here, and there we go. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm probably gonna play with this bow just a little bit more, but I love it. I think this is a perfect Western style leather and lace piece. So thank you so much. You guys say it's gorgeous. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. So Sandy is on with Burlap and Bling. Let's go watch Sandy, you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you for having me.